Ready? Hi, Victoria. Sorry you're not here. Hope you're okay. We are developing, as promised on the video, the sum to product IDs. We did product to sum, and we're going the other way. Sum to product IDs, and we start with the basic sum and difference formulas that we've had, and we are going to actually develop it from those. So in order to do that, I am going to do some of the things you saw me do last night, but I am going to, wherever there's an A plus B, I'm going to rename that X. So let me get back to my yellow chalk. So I'm going to make this substitution. Wherever there's an A plus B, I'm going to call it X. So over here, this is going to be, does it show up that pink in the video?
Yeah.
Okay, so the pink is crossing out the A plus B and is putting in X. So are you copying this down? A plus B is X, and A minus B will be called Y. So, and you'll see why that is in a minute. So this is going to be X, and this is going to be Y. So I made that substitution. But I can't substitute there without going through the whole thing. Because if I call A plus B X, what will I call A? So I have to go over here and figure that out. And I'm going to do that by just adding these two equations. In math, we like to add equations. So if I add the left side, I get X plus Y equals 2A. And the b's cancel. So I divide by 2. And I get A equals X plus Y over 2. So everywhere I have an A, I'm going to come over here in pink and put in an X plus Y over 2. See where in the video it's hard to get all this in the screen. So all my A's become X plus Y over 2. Alright, so now all I have to do is substitute now in for B. So I'm going to go back to my original here, where I had X equals A plus B. Remember, that was my first substitution. Everywhere there was an A plus B, I put in an X. And everywhere there's an A minus B, I put in a Y. So now I need to substitute appropriately for B. So I can't add these two equations because the B's cancel, so I'll have to change one of them. I'll multiply the bottom one by a negative. So what? Negative Y, negative A, positive B. Now I can add those. X plus Y, the A's cancel and I get 2B, divide by 2. And now my substitution, this is showing up because it's kind of low. Alright, X minus Y over 2 is where I'm going to put in for B. Very similar, X minus Y over 2, 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 and so on. Alright. Are you long behind me? Are you up to me? Alright. So, in order to go from a sum to a product, I'm going to add these two equations together. So you see a lot of the similar techniques from last night. So if I add these two together, and I'm going to try to write it in here in this little spot. I eat as big as I wrote and as much space as I wrote, I didn't leave enough. So when I add these two, I'm going to get, can you tell me, Joel, what did I get on this side when I add this expression to this one?
Sin X plus sin Y.
Alright. See if I can even go to another color. Sin X, I'll write it kind of large, plus sine y. All right, and on this side, then, Kate, I'm going to add this equation and this one. So something's going to drop out and something's going to remain. So what do you see that's going to drop out?
The cosine A.
All right, this thing,
Yeah.
this and
Yeah.
this, right.
Pretty much.
So these are going to combine and give me what? Sine of this, cosine of that, sine of this, cosine of that. So what am I going to get?
Sine of
This, I'll call it. I'll call x plus y over 2 this, and cosine of that, then what?
sine of, would you do that again or?
Right, so instead of me writing it again, plus that, what can I do algebraically?
2.
Right, very good. So I have sine x, I'll kind of circle it, so I didn't give myself much room, enough room. So I have sine x plus sine y equals 2 sine x plus y over 2 cosine x plus y over 2. So, this, you know what? Last night we went from sum to a product, didn't we? Did we check last night?
We went to product to sum.
Yeah.
We did product to sum last night?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so I'm on the right course. Alright, so now I have a sum that has become a product. I'm done. Yay.
So
Alright.
that's one ID.
Alright, that's an ID. Sine x plus sine y. Do you see that is clearly a sum? And we simplified it by getting rid of the a plus b part and calling it x and y, but that created these values on the right. Can you see it? Kind of squished in there. Alright, without me rewriting it, let me just go up with a white piece of chalk and change it if I'm going to do sine x minus sine y. So now I have sine x plus sine y, so I'm going to change this to a minus. So it's going to take a minus everything. So this is going to be multiplied by a minus 1 and add it, and this is going to be multiplied by a minus 1 and add it. So when I multiply this by a minus 1 and add it to this, Morgan, can you step in here and tell me what I get on the left?
You get sine x minus sine y.
Alright, and Morgan, what will happen over here? This will become minus, this will become plus.
So the signs will cancel.
Or this time that's gone,
Yeah.
so I need to erase some stuff. And what will be left when I add these two terms?
2 cosine x plus y over 2 sine x minus y over 2.
Right. Alright, that's your second one. So that's sine x minus sine y.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Mercedes is a small computer line.
Alright, going down to the bottom, you probably can foresee what's going to happen here. I'm going to take the bottom two and add them. Can you go ahead of me without looking? And add the 2 on the left and the 2 on the right. Look up when you have yours, see if it matches mine. And the last one, I'm going to multiply the -1 times the bottom and add the bottom to the top. So Zach, talk me through that. What happens on the left?
It becomes cosine x minus cosine y
Uh-huh.
equals 2 cosine x minus y over 2 cosine x plus y over 2.
Say that last one again. Because remember, I'm multiplying this by -1, so this becomes minus, and this becomes minus.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm adding these two.
That should be
So what am I
sine.
getting? These are gone.
Right, so
So-
it'd be sine, 2 sine x minus 1 x minus y over 2 plus, and then sine.
All right, so how many, and there's still one more little tweak I have to do. What's a minus one of these and a minus one of these?
A negative 2.
Right, did you see that? All right, so that's the last, I think the last of the last three IDs.
Oh, wow.
There are more in the world, but we're gonna go with these for this year. So, all right, so those were 4. They're all 4 are not up here because I erased. So you have all 4, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. I
All
gotta write
right.
it down again.
All right, Victoria, I'm gonna come back on to tell you what the assignment is, but I'm gonna shut this down for right now. So, goodbye. All right.